What is up, party people? My name is Allie and welcome back to Hello Nerdy. Happy Valentine's Day! As I'm recording this, it's Valentine's Day. Not when I post it, but as I'm recording it. So, yeah, I just got out of yoga class, so I'm feeling a lot of really solid, good energy. A lot of good energy. Love energy and just like good vibes energy. And speaking of love, on this day of love, that's what I wanted to talk about. Actually, my original idea for a Valentine's Day video was me reacting to a video that I made 2 years ago when I first made my channel. It was one of the first videos I did, and it was called Single Smiles, I think, or something like that, and it was just like stupid little things that I made up that were supposed to make people happy if they were single on Valentine's Day. And I was gonna like react to that and then maybe like add to that more, but a lot of things have been happening and I just haven't had the time to do that, and I think my best friend is gonna edit this video for me, so I wanted to make this as easy as possible. But reacting to my old videos is actually something that I want to do, so I might just put that video in and then not really like go off of it like I was going to, just slowly react to it. Anyway, but I do want to talk about something that kind of is similar to treating yourself to on Valentine's Day when you're single, but it's not about being single at all and more just about self-love in general. Self-love is easily the most important love that you can feel in your life, because the person that you deal with the most in your life is you, and the person who has to deal with you the most in life is you. So you're stuck here, and the important thing is that you love yourself, and you can love yourself at any point. So this video actually doesn't really have a lot to do with being single, it has to do with being there for yourself, because you need to love yourself when you're single, when you're with somebody, when you're whatever, when you're with multiple people, whatever you may be up to in your life. I support you. But the point is, self-love is incredibly crucial to feel, and I am by no means an expert. Like, this isn't coming from like some sort of like psychological test or anything like that. It's just a couple of things. I'm gonna just give a couple of tips, I guess, just a couple of things that I like to do when I'm feeling really down on myself, which I actually was feeling really bad, mostly just with my body image, not so much like my identity or like my person, but like it still counts, and we all have bad days, and hopefully we all have good days, but if you have less good days, that's also really valid. Loving yourself can be an incredibly long journey, and just like not easy. It's an uphill battle, and sometimes it's going to feel like you just don't at all, and that's okay. But the important thing is that you work on it and you grow. So I just wanted to give a couple of little like things I like to do when I'm like trying to work on self-love and trying to feel better about myself. So yeah, I only have like 7 of them, I think. Maybe just 6. I don't know. I wrote them on my phone in the middle of class, but that's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do today. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, number 1, listen to music. It doesn't matter what kind of music, whatever music that you feel does best for you in an emotional state. I know that for me, music is very therapeutic, and it just depends on the particular mood. Sometimes when I'm sad, I want to listen to sad music and just feel my feelings. Sometimes when I'm sad, I want to listen to happy music and get over that feeling. And the same thing for when I'm angry or when I'm happy. Well, when I'm happy, I only really want to listen to happy music. I don't want to be brought down, but something that I really like to do is listen to music when I'm feeling down on myself. I listen to particular like types of like power ballads or like songs about loving yourself. I actually have a playlist that is called She's Hot, and by she I mean me, which is like just like songs that make me feel like walking down the street and just feeling myself. Feeling myself is on there, of course. It's one of my only public Spotify playlists. Well, I don't know why I said only. I have a couple, but anyway, I will put the link down below if you want to check that out, or if you want to make your own. That is awesome too, because I really support that, and I think music is really important to emotions and helping convey and understand emotions. So yeah, and I listened to that playlist like all day yesterday because I needed to have it with me and have those kind of reminders. I think on that particular playlist, it's only songs that are sung by women, but one day I might do a second part and just do whatever songs, but like, it's especially good to make you feel good, and that's what it was designed for. So you should do that if you want to feel good. Like, if music is your thing, if you don't really love music, then there's not much that it can do for you, but like, most people at least like some kind of music. I don't know a lot of people that don't like music, but I know that they exist, and they're valid. So if you don't want to listen to music, I have other tips here. Okay, let's move on. I I'm such a rambling mess. I'm sorry. I did not script this video at all. I know that a lot of people don't do that anyway, but like I just am a particularly nervous rambler, so I sometimes do like to script my videos, especially a long time ago, but I've tried to get away from that. Anyway, number 2, create something. Use your brain or just do a hobby that you love. Like I said, I just wrote these down in middle class. Creating art is a solid way to work with your emotions and also make you feel good about yourself. Depending, of course, and like some people don't really feel like artists, so that's why I also included using your brain or just doing any hobby that you love. Doing things that you love tends to make you feel really good. I'm sorry about this light. I know for me that when I'm feeling down on myself, I might try to write it out or go on a hike, sometimes with my friend Rose. I love to hike. It makes me feel really at one with myself again and just kind of have a calmness. And this is becoming a video about how to deal with your emotions. Whatever, that works too. Yeah, so just do something that you love, that makes you happy and like forces you to use some other energies, which is why using your brain can also be really important as self-love and self-care. Okay, that's what we'll do. This will be a self-love and self-care tips. That works. Yeah, so doing brain teasers, some people really love to do that. When I was younger, my mom bought me these like 2 really giant like puzzle books that had like a bunch of brain teasers in them, and when I had a hard day at elementary school, man, that's how I came home to unwind. And then I'd go outside and I'd play. And now later on in my life, I like to sometimes play with those apps that do similar things like that, or I like to read. That is a brain activity. So yeah, just like work with other parts of your life that make you feel a little bit more with yourself and like feel more at ease. And then maybe if you do end up creating something, you might really love it and feel good about that, and it might remind you that you have that type of talent or that type of love and drive. And I think that that's really important. That's really important in bad times that you're having with yourself. Number 3 is write down the things that you love about yourself. Now we're really getting into the self-love part of this video. This can be especially hard when you're feeling down, when you just feel like you can't do anything right and you're just a disaster, and you might not even really understand your point, your place. You may just feel like you're a waste of space, and don't we all feel like that sometimes? So something to do that can push yourself is to sit down and make yourself write something down, even if it's really small. That can make a difference later on, like taking small steps. You could do this like maybe if you're just like having a consistently hard time and it's not just one day, you can like sit down one day and say, okay, if I had to say something, maybe I like my nose, or I'm good at math, or I really know how to make people smile. Maybe not myself, but other people. And like doing this every so often can really remind yourself of the things that you like about yourself and the things that other people like about yourself. So I know for me that when I've had those hard times, and my friends have made me do this, even if it's just saying it out loud or writing it down, you know, I have to like really like search myself sometimes, but I always kind of arrive at something. I like my eyes if I am trying to do something that's like more physical, or if I'm doing something strictly on a my identity and personal level. I have to tell myself that I'm good at writing because I think that I am, even when I have hard times. I remind myself that I make people laugh. I remind myself that my friends have a good time with me, and like I know for a lot of other people, like external validation is incredibly important, and that's not true, but internal validation is the stuff that like stays with you. I actually picked up a little bit on that because of Hannah Hart and Hannah Gleb's oh fuck, I fucked it up. Anyway, their new podcast, Analyze This. This is not sponsored by Analyze This. Anyway, they were just talking about external and internal validation very briefly, and I don't know, that really stuck with me because like I do have the tendency to like want people to tell me things that are good about myself instead of me doing that for myself, but that can really make a difference. And like I said, if it starts small, that's fine, and it doesn't have to be super long. You don't have to write 10 things down every day. You just have to work with it and like really like focus in on yourself, and like, because there's gotta be something, you know, even if it's like seems really insignificant. Like if it's like I don't know, I have a cool collection of marbles, like that sounds really kind of silly, but like if it makes you happy, then it makes you happy, and it's a step towards something else, and it can be easier to get to bigger things, like saying, I am a really good person, I have a really good heart, I'm intelligent, I'm amazing, I'm who I'm supposed to be in this moment, and that can help you grow as a person too. Number 4 is definitely for more like body image self-love and less about person, like personality traits and whatnot, and it's take pictures of yourself and make yourself keep at least one. When I'm having a really hard time with my body image or with my appearance just in general, I weirdly enough do try to take a couple of pictures, because I want to, like, this light is killing me, I'm sorry, I want to like take one that makes me feel better, I guess, and like look at myself and like actually enjoy and be happy with what I'm seeing. And sometimes that can be really, really, really difficult, but something that's helped me a lot is like taking just enough to like have options, and then find one and like be like, this is good enough. You don't have to post it anywhere, you don't have to show any other person in the whole world, but do that just for yourself, and that can help. I can also see where it might not, but like it's just an idea. Like this whole thing is just ideas, but like that has helped me in the past. I did it just the other night. I took a couple of pictures and I was like, no, I feel better. And something that's oddly really helped me with a lot of things that I've never liked about myself ever is I got a new phone that has the portrait camera on it that the newer iPhones have, and like that stuff is like really intense. So you see like hairs on your face, and you see like acne and acne scars, and everything is very intense sometimes. And that used to be stuff that I would stray away from, and I would use filters that like made my face look a lot lighter. Like I wouldn't like try to make myself look fake, but I just wanted to cover my flaws, not because of anybody else, but because of myself. And I've been forced to like kind of step out of that with this camera, and like now I actually really like some of that stuff about myself. Like I'm way more okay with it. I still struggle because I do have bad days, but like I do find myself way more okay with it. So even if like maybe you took like let's say you're having a really hard time because if you're like me, you are a hairy Italian that has PCOS, so like hair growth and like having extra hair on your body is something that happens, and it's a huge pain in the ass. So for me, that's like brought me down a lot. Like it sucks a lot of the time, but I've gotten a lot better about it. So even if you like took a picture where you can like at a certain part of your body that has a lot of hair, and just like remind yourself that it's okay and that it's natural. And like I actually also kind of want to do a video just talking solely about like handling like body care and like how to like and how different people groom themselves, just because I want to discuss that it's important that your preferences are the only ones that matter. But anyway, like do that. Like for instance, I took a picture the other day, like it was a nude. I took a nude, but like my arm was very much in the picture, and I have hairy arms, which normally actually have never really bothered me at all, but just the fact that it was there and like very prevalent, I was like, that's there. But you know what? That's still a damn hot picture, and that's still a damn hot lady. So like, I don't know, that can really help. So yeah, you could like look into doing that for yourself. Number 5 is remember that your worth isn't measured by other people. This kind of ties in with the thing that I mentioned about internal external validation, but mostly I think when I was writing this that I meant that your worth isn't based off of somebody else's. So like maybe you have friends that are like incredibly good at something that you just are not good at, or you have friends that look a certain way that maybe sometimes you wish you looked like. This is one of the worst things you can ever do, is compare yourself to somebody else. And I know that we're literally all guilty of it, but like it's really bad for you in any type of way, because almost always somebody else is doing that with you. So like there are things that you need to worry, like you need to worry more about yourself. And like maybe if you want to compare yourself to an old version of yourself, because like I know for me, I have grown a lot as a person in just like the last 2 years. So like looking back at myself and like who I was back then is like really strange for me, and I like try to deal with that, like try to see what exactly changed, and for the better and sometimes for the worse. Maybe just ways that I haven't handled emotions as well, or something like that. But and like that's a lot less damaging, because then you're seeing growth, unless you're like wishing you were a way that you used to be or something. But then like when it's yourself, you can like work towards that a whole lot easier. You can't work towards being a completely new person or work towards looking like a whole new person. I mean, I guess you can, and like I support you if that makes you happy, but like loving yourself as you are is very important. So not comparing your worth to other people is really crucial in that. So like don't look at somebody and be like, I wish I looked like that, or like especially not like in school or in grades because every single person has a better grip of something else. Like some people are going to be good at this and some people are good at this. For instance, my best example of that is I cannot do math. I mentioned math earlier and I don't know why it keeps coming up, but I just can't. It doesn't compute in my brain right. I have felt so stupid because of math that I have been brought to tears on multiple occasions. Last year when I had a math class, I finally just like had to admit that I needed help, which is something that I have struggled with in my life, admitting that I need help. And I like went to a tutor and I talked to my math teacher and I passed my math class only because I was able to ask for that help. I'm still not very good at math. I don't know if I could tell you literally anything from that class, but like that's okay with me. I know people who are good at math that would help me if it ever comes up in my life, and I know that I know enough to get me through life. But like that's just not a skill that I have. I have other skills, I have other things that I'm good at, and that's just how that's gonna be. So like, and there may be somebody in the world that like would read my writing and be like, wow, I wish I could write like you. And it's like, that's a really nice compliment, but also you can do something like you, and that's amazing, and that's really beautiful. So always remember that your worth is your worth, and that's what matters. And number 6, the last tip that I have is do something nice for yourself. Bake something, buy yourself something, yeah, like make your favorite food, or just buy something that you've been wanting. Masturbate. Little weird to some people maybe, I don't know, but if that, like, you know, it exists to make you feel good, so if that makes you feel good, then do that. Like, do that. Treat yourself. Like, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good. That can go back to making art, that can be making a video. Sometimes when I'm really struggling, I think about doing that. And the sad thing is that I haven't done it a lot, but actually, like I mentioned, that this week hasn't been the easiest for me up until now, but I did have a good day today, so like I wanted to like be in a good energy space when I was doing this particular video. But like making art and doing stuff always makes me feel a lot better because I'm like channeling my emotions, and like I'm doing something that I like to do because I love using the creative side of my brain. But also when I'm just really down, I will get a bowl of ice cream at dinner, or I'll watch one of my favorite TV shows or movies. Like, it can be really simple, and like that's good. Like, it doesn't have to be super extravagant, but if you want it to be super extravagant, if you have the ability to like go out and like buy yourself a fancy dinner and like go to a concert or anything like that, anything that would make you happy, that you have the ability to do, you should do, because like doing things for yourself is an incredibly important way of practicing self-love. Doing things for other people is also really good, because then like you're helping someone else while like feeling the good energy and feeling the love, and like knowing that you're doing something that makes somebody else happy, and that's always really great. So like when I'm down, I like to try to go out with my friends and like just kind of like share like a lot of time together, and I think that that's just like, it can turn something around so easily. Like even if your thing that you want to do that makes you happy is take a nap, you can take a nap. Like, just do something for yourself. I know, like, and like I said, I like to watch movies when I'm sad, or like one of my favorite things to do, especially when I'm on campus, if like I'm feeling really down, is I'll go to one of my favorite spots, especially if it's sunny out and if it's like nice weather. I'll like go sit in the grass and like read and listen to music, and that makes me feel a whole lot better. Take a bath if you have the ability and you like to take baths. That's literally my #1 self-care thing when I'm home and have the ability to take baths. If I'm having a hard time, I'm like already running the water, lighting candles, whatever, however you want to take a bath, listening to an audiobook, listening to music, having wine if that's an option for you. Please, maybe not. Maybe if you're having a hard time, you shouldn't drink. I have like a really strong feelings about when you're sad is when you shouldn't drink, but you know, like 1 glass of wine when you've had a stressful day is totally chill. I shouldn't be having this conversation. I'm allowed to be, I'm of age, but like, I just mean like, make safe decisions, kids. Make safe decisions. Anyway, that's just like, that's an incredibly important part of self-care, is like just being nice to yourself. And even like on a just completely external level, like you may be still having really invasive, mean thoughts, but like you're at least working on something, you're working towards something. And I think it's a whole lot easier to fight what's going on in your mind when you're distracting yourself. And that's just how that can be. But yeah, anyway, that's just some ideas. Which, like I said, literally all of these are ideas. I'm not an expert. I'm not even close to an expert. This is just stuff that I personally do, and stuff that I was thinking about, because I know how much it sucks to like struggle with yourself and like not knowing how to love yourself or take care of yourself. But it is really important to like work on that. It's like one of the biggest things I think you can do for yourself as a human, like self-growth and like being self-aware and like being at one with yourself is just gonna end up being the best thing that you can do with yourself. I'm saying self a lot, but that's because it is the center of this video, because it's the center of the universe, it's the center of you yourself. Yeah. I am rambling a lot and talking a lot with my hands. My Italian is showing. Anyway, that's my spiel on the day. That's my love spiel for Valentine's Day. And like, while on the topic of Valentine's Day, please remember that your worth is also not measured if you have a Valentine, like a romantic partner Valentine. You don't have to be sad and you don't have to be bitter. I know that's like the cute trend, and like I'm not attacking anybody. Like, haven't we all been that way at least once? But like, you don't have to be. Like, you can enjoy this. Like, and even if you like find yourself just enjoying somebody else's love, like do that. Like, celebrate people being in love, because sometimes it's just really great. And like, make yourself your Valentine. That goes back to Single Smiles. I'm also going to put that link down below. It's like really weird for me to watch because it was so long ago and I was way more awkward and like looked like a completely different person, but like it is there. And like, I think that some of the things that I mentioned in that video I still feel very strongly about when it comes to this day. And like, also you have friends, and you have friends that love you, and even if you go out with family that loves you. I know for like all of my life, except for maybe this year because I haven't heard anything of it, my stepdad would buy me and my mom flowers every year and have them delivered to wherever we are, her work, my school, and we got them every year. And like, that was just really sweet. And he did write me today to say Happy Valentine's Day, I love you. And like, that was really nice. And even if I didn't have a girlfriend, like that would have made me happy, and my friends would have made me happy, and the discount chocolate that I would be buying tomorrow would make me happy. So there you go. Valentine's Day doesn't have to be a hard time. Valentine's week, however, you may have to deal with the celebration. Like for me, I'm not celebrating tonight, I'm celebrating this weekend. But and I've found that I've been really happy the last 3 Valentine's Days of my life. And not just because of a partner, because I mean, I've had a partner for 2 of them, but also because of just like being a happier person and like not being so driven by bitterness and being so cynical about love, because love in all of its forms is really important. So like, when I did Single Smiles, my biggest thing was self-love, because I had been going through a really hard time at that point. So like, that was my love. That was the love I was feeling. I was feeling a lot of self-love, and I'm feeling a lot of self-love today. Actually, I'm feeling really good about myself, and I'm feeling really good about my friends, and like, I'm feeling really good about my relationship. And I'm just I'm in a place where I'm very full of love. Like, I just want to like lay in the grass with flowers in my hair and tell everybody on this campus that they're beautiful, because they are, and that's just how I am today. So always remember that like, love is a very universal thing. It is not just a one like type of, it's like not like a one type of deal, but like starting with loving yourself is like is gonna change yourself, like gonna change everything. There's a lot of like quotes in the world that say you can't love somebody else until you love yourself. I have like a lot of qualms with that idea, but like, you're still like working towards loving yourself. And like, also there's like quotes that say that people can't help you love yourself. That's not true either. Like, having people around you that are like positive influences on you, that motivate you and that make you feel good, do help you love yourself. I think it's more just about not being dependent on somebody else and only being dependent on your own feelings, and that is very important. So I don't know, that's a weird place to exist, and I'm rambling again. Anyway, the point is, practice self-love, practice self-care, be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, and be kind to those around you. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I will see you guys really soon. I'm filming videos this weekend with my girlfriend that I'm really excited about, and I've just been feeling really good. Like, I feel a lot better about my channel. Like, I have better ideas, and I have a better solid understanding, and I'm finding more time to like be present, and a lot of that actually has to do with a community that I became a part of on Facebook called Small Creators Unite, which was helped put together by Breezy Voices, who is my favorite YouTuber of all time. So big shout out to them, and just like having like other people like understand like what it's like to like want to create but like not really sure like what that means for you. So that's been really great. And like, also having my girlfriend start to make videos has been oddly motivational to me, because it's like brought back what it's like what it's like to do that, and like not really like have like a goal in mind. Like I'm doing it because I want to, because I genuinely really enjoy it. And like when people like understand and like I'm doing that for somebody else is like really great. So like it's like an outlet for me, but it's also an outlet to like reach out. So like having that connection with like different people in my life has been really great and really solid for me. So I'm gonna make videos again as often as possible. Yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Bye. It's back. My ending is back now. Okay.